world that comes alive after midnight. A world where boys risk their lives playing a cat-and-mouse game with the police. It may be happening on your street, but you've never been there. Until now.
Hello, I'm Karen Stone. The need for speed too often ends in death, as we were reminded once again this month when Charlotte Hornets co-captain Bobby Phills died in a street racing accident. He was clocked at 107 miles per hour. Tonight on Inside Story, we take you inside the dangerous world of street racing, a world where being king of the road is everything, and the next race is always around the corner. The more the police try to crack down on this illegal sport, the more entrenched it becomes. It's a high-stakes, big-money game, and nothing seems to stop it.
How much want to race the Mustang for? Which one? He just asked how much. Which one? Hey, how much? Which one?
In the minds of most people, scenes like this belong to another era, reminiscent of American graffiti and rebel without a cause. But street racing is bigger than ever. All across North America, thousands of young men with souped-up cars gather in all-night restaurants and coffee shops. They place bets, agree on a location, and race a quarter-mile down city streets at speeds of up to 130 miles per hour. Street racing takes place wherever there are straight roads, fast cars, and boys addicted to speed.
You forget about all the consequences kind of thing, you know. You forget about everything, all your problems, nothing bothers you. When you're racing and you're in that actual act, there's nothing in your mind but that. You're so focused on it, it's incredible. Almost like being on ecstasy.
But the addiction to street racing can be hazardous to your health. In cities like Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Montreal, and here in Toronto, the death toll is rising. And the police are going to war.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Let's go play.
On each side of the highway, and that car loses control. Where's he going to go?
Yeah, it's the reason why we have drag strips, like drag strips, actual official drag strips of the concrete barricades. They have fire crews on hand, paramedics, just in case something happens. And now these cars are appearing out in the street with no controls.
Uncontrolled drag racing can be lethal. This home video documents an illegal race that ended in death. The hundreds lining the course had no protection from a rampaging car. An 8-year-old boy was killed, and several others were seriously injured.
I understand the consequences of racing. I know that if I race, I can lose my license. I can crash my car. I can hurt somebody else, whatever. But I like things that scare me.
Year-old mechanic Rob Tallarico is not alone. Here on a Friday night in the suburbs of Toronto, some 1,800 kids gather in several locations. They've come to watch Tallarico and others risk their lives for the title of King of the Street Draggers. For the past 3 years, 23-year-old Mike Palagian, known on the street as Mike P., has been the man to beat.
People just come hunting for you after. That's the biggest rush about it, like people hunting you down to race you because you're the fastest one out there, right? You want to race this night?
To the street racers, Mike P. is an idol.
Come out, do the times. If you're fast, get some respect.
Mike's Honda Civic, once a humble family compact, has been transformed into one of the fastest import cars in North America. He and his brother Robert are constantly making improvements to the car so that Mike can stay on top.
He's been driving the car for 5-6 years now. He knows the thing in and out. Whatever input he gives, he knows exactly what he's going to receive as output from the car. And for me to go step into his shoes and try to take over and learn everything that he does, that's impossible.
works at the family-owned tool and die shop. Because he still lives with his mother, most of his earnings go directly into his car. In the last 5 years, that amounts to some $60,000.
It all comes out to a lot of money. It's just a car. It's no big deal. It's a piece of tin, right? I think a girl should come way before a car does any day. But I would pick my car over a girl any day.
It's their lifestyle. Any extra cent they can make goes into that car. They'll go out and work, 80-hour week, so they can go out and buy whatever part they want for their car.
I've made up an insurance form, which is very simple.
Police know to catch racers like Mike Palagian, they have to get inside their heads.
And it's, and these guys are sinking $30,000, $40,000 in some of these souped-up cars. They don't want it just to sit there in their driveway or garage. They want to show what it can do. And as long as he's the fastest, well, he's king.
Garage owner Rob Tallarico is determined to take the crown from Mike this year.
That's what drives us to see who's king of the hill. That's the whole goal. One thing that I want to do and the shop wants to do is to have the quickest import car in Canada.
Tallarico has built his life around this goal. To reach it, he has established a successful business and surrounded himself with a loyal group of fellow mechanics, including Julio, an employee, Marco, who has his own shop nearby, and Paul, his business partner. This is his unofficial pit crew, essential to his quest.
Okay, you do this. Here. You put it in. You put it in last. Hey, you put it in last. You're done with good. It'll show you what?
Rob will do battle against Mike in one of his 3 Mazdas. A quick, light turbo Miata, which Rob refers to as his baby. An all-wheel drive 323 nicknamed the sleeper car, which moves much faster than it looks. And finally, the Beast.
Normally the Beast is under this cover. She's just waiting. So I'll just give you a little sneak peek of how it's going to be. See?
The Beast is a 450 horsepower RX-7, Rob's pride and joy.
It's been sitting all winter. June is the time. As soon as June comes, that's it. It comes out, and we'll see what happens. This summer we're going to make a mess with this.
Street racing may be illegal and dangerous, but like every outlaw activity, it has its own rules. Once a street has been chosen, a volunteer sets his odometer and marks the quarter-mile drag, flashing his hazards at the finish. A second car scouts for police. A cell phone handy to sound the alarm if cops are spotted.
Okay, bud.
2 cars line up head-to-head. The flagger, or starter, drops his arms, and the race is on. A typical family car going flat out can reach 70 miles per hour in a quarter mile. Fast street dragger clocks in at over 120 miles an hour. At this speed, there is no margin for error.
Pathetic. The way I view sentiments, the way I said it, so I will let it turn the rest of it the way I reckon expected, the way it's
A Friday night in June, the beginning of the Toronto street dragging season. The center of the action is the Texas Pit, an all-night hamburger joint with enough parking to accommodate hundreds of restless racers. Every summer Friday and Saturday after midnight, draggers like Rob flow in looking for action. This has been their home for the past 5 summers.
What's happening?
Hey, right side Fred.
Hey, what's up?